Go.
Hello, my name is Suli and I'm making a video on how to administer Zofran PO safely. So to begin, I would look up my patient on the computer and I would look up his provider's orders and his medication orders or records and make sure that they line up. So I'm looking to make sure that we have the right patient, that it's the right birthday, and that the allergies match up. Those are two identifiers that'll help us to ensure that we're providing the right medication. So I'm looking at the order and I'm making sure that the physician has put on the order the right dose that he wants me to give to the patient, the right route that the physician wants me to give to the patient, right time. So are we doing this 3 times a day, Q8 hours, once a day? And then I also want to critically think that it is appropriate that I give this medication to this patient, because at the end of the day, I'm the one that's giving it to the patient, so it's on me to make sure that the reason is adequate. And so with this particular patient, I've looked at it and we have Nathan Dijon, I hope I'm saying that right, and I'm looking at his date of birth at 3/18/98, and his allergies are to face paint. So I want to make sure that those things match up, and also that nothing in that medication might interfere with any known allergies that he has. So they all match up. The reason that I'm thinking is the medication is Zofran, which is an antiemetic. So unfortunately Nathan just had chemo, and so he's feeling nauseous and queasy. So my thinking is that we're going to give him the Zofran to help alleviate what he's feeling. So I hope that'll work. I'm going to go ahead and look up in the drug book, and in the drug book that is online, it's going to show me how long that this medication will take to work. Especially when you're working with patients who are feeling nauseous and queasy, you want to give them a time frame, something that they can look at and be like, okay, this is going to pass in about 30 minutes. So it's good to look that up. And Zofran does have an acting time when it's PO of 30 minutes. So we'll go ahead, and since the MAR and the PO match up and the critically thought process is worked through, I would then go to our Pyxis, or wherever you draw up medication. I'm very dull. And you're gonna go ahead and do some hand hygiene. You're gonna then look at the MAR at the Pyxis, and you're gonna pull the medication. So for Nathan, we are giving him 8 milligrams of Zofran. So I pull that from there. I make sure that the packaging is intact. I look at the expiration date to make sure that it's not expired. And I also make sure to see if this is a pill that we can smash, cut in half. And it is not. So if the patient asks, unfortunately, this isn't a pill that we can smash. So I'm going to look at that, compare the medicine to the MAR, and see that it all adds up. And then I'm going to go ahead and close out the MAR, or close out the Pyxis, making sure I exit out, because you don't want anybody grabbing meds under your name for any reason. And I'm going to go ahead and continue to hold this. Something that I don't want to do is put it in my pocket. This can be very convenient, but if a code were to happen and I run to the code, or if something happens and unfortunately if I'm like just trying to get my meds out and I just pull this one out and I think like, oh, this is my Tylenol or anything else other than Zofran, and I give this to somebody who doesn't need Zofran, that could be very dangerous. So the best thing to do is just hold this in your hand or in your cup that they have. Take your water to the patient's room, and if something does happen along the way, maybe keep it somewhere where it's not on you. That way you're not left with pills in your pocket. You don't know what they're for or who they're for. So it might be better to just leave it at your back, to go and put it back in the fixes. So now that I've had all this, I'm going to go ahead and go into the patient's room. And let's check up on our patient and kind of see where he's at with his nausea. And I'm going to verify some identifiers to make sure that I have the right patient. And I'm going to look at the MAR, make sure I have the right medication, and then answer any questions you might have. So, knock, knock, knock.
Come in.
Hi, Mr. DeJong.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing all right, just still feeling a little nauseous.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's to be expected. Let me go through that. So, I do have to just ask some questions that we always ask you. What's your first and last name?
Nathan Deschamps.
Your date of birth?
March 18th, 1998.
And are you allergic to anything?
Nothing other than face paint.
Okay. Well, I hope that you didn't have to find that out the hard way.
I did.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, no, it was definitely not a fun experience. Just on Halloween decided to try it out, and that was it. That was it.
Well, I do have something. Your provider has ordered Zofran. I don't know, have you taken that before?
I have not.
Okay. So the way that we are going to give it to you today, there are different ways. And it's through PO. So that's a tablet that you can put in your mouth and drink. And we can't smash it up, so it is kind of like a one
Gotcha. Okay.
thing. But it can work in about 30 minutes, okay?
All right.
So let me take a look at that wristband. Okay, and I'm verifying that the first and last name that he told me, date of birth, and allergies are correct here. And then I'm also going to verify on the MAR here. If I can open it. This is the right patient. Okay, so through this time I've been able to do my rights. So I've been able to make sure that I have the right patient, that he's going to get the right dose, that it's going to be at the right time, and that it's the right route and the right reason. And then I'll also document after how the patient feels, if there's any immediate reactions to this. So I also want to let you know, is it okay if I call you Nathan?
Yeah.
Nathan, that this medicine can also cause some headaches and also dizziness. So if you're going to want to try and get out of bed, I'm going to put the nurse's light right by you. Okay. So go ahead and give us a call, because we just want to make sure that you stay safe while you're here, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and just give this to you.
Thank you.
That, you're welcome. And do you have any questions for me?
No, I think I'll be okay.
Okay. So like I said, it's going to take about 30 minutes to work. I'm going to go ahead and put that call light right by you, so if you need anything, please don't hesitate to ring it and use it.
Okay.
And just remember that some of those side effects are going to be the headaches, the dizziness. So I hope you start feeling a little bit better from that nauseous, okay, from that nausea.
Me too. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So I'm going to make sure that that's there. While I'm talking to the patient, I'm noticing for any kind of signs of anaphylaxis. So is he starting to use his accessory muscles while breathing? Is he starting to have a hard time? Is he getting itchy? Is he getting a rash? And so those are the kind of things that we want to look for, so that we're able to prevent any kind of anaphylaxis shock. That's the worst thing to be. But also to just document. So I would document how much I gave to the patient, what time I gave it to the patient, the way the patient took the medication. So basically document all the routes. So your patient, your dose, your route, the time, and document how the patient took the medication like did he have any reactions, and then also the education that you gave to the patient to let them know, hey, you could feel A, B, C, and D, and let them know kind of things, the safety that you provided to him. So you put that call light there. You verbalize to him to let you know if he felt any kind of headaches or if he wanted to get up, or so these are all patient things that we can do to make sure that the medication administration that we provide is safe for the patient, safe for us as the nurse, and will provide just an easier day and paper log, honestly. So that's it.